According to research, email users receive an average of 121 emails every single day. So it's a little difficult to believe that there are actual experts that are behind this ubiquitous platform, right? Which is email. Email is everywhere. And so, what I want to do today is actually break down some of the common job descriptions that are seeking email marketers. Now, I will tell you that there are actively 1,000 job posts. And in fact, to be more specific, there are 1,000 remote jobs that are listed on Indeed specifically for email marketers. Okay, so this profession is obviously in high demand. And so, what I want to do is just break down some of the common job descriptions that are related to email marketing. But before I do that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Maria Lloyd. I'm the CEO and founder of a marketing firm named Opens Clicks Cash, and I'm also the author of a book titled Words Are Wealth. Now, I'm on a personal mission to help as many small business owners as possible reach their first six figures in business. If that mission resonates with you, I want to invite you to come along with me on this journey by simply liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and making sure that you hit that notification bell so that way you'll be notified when I post future content. So, one of the first things that you'll notice in a job description for an email marketer is that the employer is looking for someone who can talk through strategy and planning. So, what do we mean by strategy and planning? This is kind of like an overview of the email marketing program. Okay, so for example, what types of emails do you want to send? And I do, in a separate video, I do break down some common email sequences that every business should use. So, identifying the types of emails that your employer needs to send to their potential customers or even existing customers. Also, kind of giving an outline or an overview of some email marketing strategies, right? How are we going to get people onto our email list is another example of strategy. How often are we going to email these individuals on our list, right? What time? So that's what's meant by strategy and planning. It's really just an overview of the email marketing efforts. All right, so another skill set that employers look for when it comes to email marketing is campaign management. So, what is meant by campaign management? Well, this is where you will actually be responsible for organizing the emails, making sure that you are keeping track of key performance indicators. And of course, I'll speak to that a little bit more. And I do have a separate video that goes over some of the most common key performance indicators when it comes to email marketing. But essentially, this person will be responsible for watching the campaigns, looking at the different automations, and seeing what works. Okay, it's very important that you're not just sending emails just for the sake of sending emails. Ultimately, those emails should have a goal. And so you want to make sure when you're managing your email marketing campaigns for your employer, whether it's for your own business, you want to make sure that you are able to clearly identify how your email marketing efforts are driving revenue. Another thing that employers are looking for is content development. So, this one is essentially you are responsible for writing the content. This is very important. You know, you've got to be super skilled at understanding the art and the science behind copywriting because that's essentially what this is. Email marketing is just another form of copywriting if you are responsible for the content. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are well aware of how to get people to open those emails by way of a very captivating and engaging subject line. And then, of course, having a very clear call to action, which, of course, I talk about significantly on this channel. So just make sure that you check out some of the videos that are related to, how to get some good open rates and some good engagement with your emails, more specifically with content. The next skill set that employers look for when it comes to email marketing is list management. So, what do I mean by list management? Well, this is just specifically discussing segmenting your audience, which is a very, very powerful thing to do in email marketing because you can't send the same messages to everyone. Okay, we're people. We're multifaceted. We are dynamic, and so you've got to categorize your contacts based upon certain behaviors or lack thereof. Right, certain purchases, for example. even by age, if that's relevant to your business. So that's what employers mean when they're saying list management. They want you to be responsible for segmenting those audiences, identifying those different pockets of groups, if you will, and then being able to send them a very relevant and timely message. The next skill set that employers look for is automations and workflows. So, email marketing, when it comes to email marketing, automation and copy and all of that work hand in hand, right? It's in tandem. And so with automations, basically what they're saying is that you've got to understand how a customer relationship management software works. Because once again, based upon the behaviors of those contacts or lack thereof, you will be responsible for setting up the automations to respond in kind. Okay. So it's very important that you have a fundamental understanding of CRM systems and just kind of setting up workflows and automations in that software, because that is a very key and extremely important part of email marketing. I would actually argue that the automation and workflows work in tandem or are on the same level of importance as the content. So again, that's what the employers are looking for, is someone who is understanding the technology that will power the automated communications that will go out to the contacts. The next skill set that employers are looking for is reporting and analytics. So I know that I spoke about this a little earlier. Key performance indicators. You have got to be able to go into the CRM software and look at some of the trends that are happening, right? So if you're noticing that when you're sending emails on a weekday at 6 p.m. in the evening, as opposed to sending them at 6 a.m. in the morning, you're getting more engagement, right? Those are the kind of trends that your employer is going to expect for you to find and for you to, of course, optimize. Because if you're noticing that there is far more engagement later in the evening, you may feel more compelled to send most of the email communications around that time. So that's what employers are looking for. They want you to be a bit analytical in the sense that you're able to understand and to identify trends, because every business is not the same. There are some companies that send their emails in the wee hours of the morning and it seems to work just fine for them. There are other companies that send their emails midday. There are other companies that send their emails in the evening. You've got to figure out what works best for your business and for your audience, right? And so that's why this particular skill is so important, because employers are looking for someone who can find those trends and then optimize the email marketing efforts so that way you can get maximum conversions. All right. Last but not least, employers oftentimes are looking for someone who understands compliance. Compliance is a huge deal, because if you fail to comply with federal regulations or even industry specific regulations, the punishment can be quite dire. In some instances, businesses are fined millions of dollars for violating the CAN spam law, and there's also GDPR, always mix up the acronym, but the laws that are regulating email marketing in Europe, for example, very important. And then again, there are industry specific regulations. And so you've got to know those things. If you're in the financial sector, finance is a very heavily regulated industry. So you want to make sure that when you're sending out these emails, you're not violating any of those regulations as it relates to email marketing. Another industry that's heavily regulated is health, right? You don't want to be the person who's sending, marketing emails to someone's inbox and then their spouse or someone else discovers, oh, wow, you went to that clinic lately? You didn't tell me about that visit, right? You have got to be very careful. So you have to be knowledgeable of these types of regulations. And that's what employers are looking for. You've got to understand how to make sure that the company is staying compliant when it comes to email marketing. So, again, those are the 7 primary skills that employers are looking for as it relates to an email marketer. Of course, those are all the skills that we offer over at Opens Clicks Cash. So, I do want to invite you to go to the website opensklickscash.com and be sure to schedule a call with me so that way we can work together if you are in need of email marketing services. But if you have any questions about the required skills or anything as it relates to email marketing, definitely don't hesitate to drop that in the comments below. So, with that being said, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this content. And always remember that content is currency and words are wealth. I'll check back in again soon. Peace.
Pampa me on, pampa me on.